Hello? Is anybody else here?
Astronauts were on board the Space Shuttle Challenger. Onizuka carried with it the distinction of being the first Asian American and first Hawaii-born astronaut to fly into space. And it flared the tower 73 seconds after takeoff. The Challenger exploded. Investigations said cold temperatures compromised the seals of the Challenger's twin boosters.
Oh my gosh, I finally got in.
Jesus tits. Weren't sure it was gonna work.
Yeah, I'm a little technically challenged on Google Hangouts.
Yo.
Hey guys.
We're live. You
How did
clicked
the
the
call go?
start broadcast button already, Lena?
I don't know.
You don't click that, sweetheart. That's the buffer, so we can talk, we can say stuff that they don't know we're saying, and then we get ready, and then we're like, okay, guys, put your professional hats on. We gotta act like, you know, we actually like we're respectful and stuff.
I did a good job of showing how professional I am right now.
It's all good.
Sorry. So yeah, we're live. It's not a huge. It's only 10 people. Sorry.
But yeah, this platform will work because we can pull them out like one by one and stuff, and you know what I mean, like they can actually pop out on the Hangout and whatnot.
Maybe you can show me later. Or I guess I can pick. Is it kind of like GoToWebinar?
You scroll over there. No. You
Okay.
scroll over their name, and then there's those things pop up, and on the one that is like a thing, like it looks like this, it's like invite as speaker, and you can just click it, and then it kicks them on as a speaker, and then when you want to kick them back off, you just scroll over their name again in the comments, and it'll say return to chat or whatever, and then it'll take them off of the Hangout, and then it'll put them back in the chat room.
Okay. Sorry, guys. But we're live. We're
You better
here.
be. You better be sorry.
The two most handsomest men in the world.
That's the message.
Bro, we trained her so well, right? Like, we trained her so well.
Introduction.
Funny. So what have you guys had the chance to go over?
So we just kind of were just introducing ourselves. We're waiting for, because some people couldn't get on. I'm sorry, I'm half blind, so I have to use my librarian glasses. Sadie, Kathy,
10 live out of 10 yeah, okay, so everybody's here. 10 live out of 10 registered. So there's 1, 2, 3. Is there 2 Joannes, or is there just 1 Joanne?
I think there's just one.
Okay, we have. Let's see. Hold on, guys. We're gonna get to you. I promise. We're gonna get there. Oh, I think maybe only you can see who's here.
I can't see the attendees, so that's on you guys.
So everybody who's here, just say, if you haven't commented yet, just say here in the chat so we can tell that you're here.
Yeah, so Sadie, Kathy, Joanne, Alina, Dalton. There was a few others. Let me see. Facebook messages. Kathy's messaging me.
Okay, Austin's here.
Okay.
All right, so hey, what's up, guys? Kala here, Cameron over there. He's the small little bobblehead over on the other side of me, and we just want to pop out while you guys had this meeting today. We don't really know exactly what you're gonna go over because we only know what Lena tells us nowadays, and she doesn't tell us much. So we wanted to pop out here. We wanted to pop out here and just kind of welcome you guys to the team as coaches. And kind of get to know a little bit about each of you, what brought you here, what you're hoping to get out of this. So we'll be pulling you guys out as speakers on this real quick. Cameron and I are going to keep this as short as possible. Like, we definitely have to get off of here at the latest at the top of the hour. So, you know, we're going to do our best not to make this long, and then we'll hand it back over to Lena, and Lena will work with you guys for the rest of the evening or whatever time it is where you are. So
Well, I think to start, we kind of went through introducing each other, getting to know everybody. But I know, this is our first time we've all really gotten together, and we are the premier AWOL coaching team, all 10 of us. We're excited. They're all super excited to be here. I know, Kayali, you kind of wanted to ask them a question. Did you want to do that? Did you want to? Because I just want to go over some basically logistics to get us started. But I know we're not going to do the actual coaching training tonight because, these, they can talk, so 1 hour is not sufficient.
Okay.
Maybe we should pull everybody out and then just have everybody so they're muted. That way it's more of a conversation versus a presentation.
Okay, so
It's the same thing. It's the same thing, Cameron, where we can't, because it's still only going to allow us to have 10 people on the panel at a time.
It's the worst news. Well, David's at work, and Deb said she has to leave soon, so I don't know if that affects anything.
Yeah, let's see.
Well, whoever has to leave first, we'll pull them out. Just kind of hear, why do you want to do this? We really want to align with AWOL's mission and vision, and what brings you here? What made you pursue this? What made you sit through 6 hours of coaching training? And we'd like to. I'm sure the guys would like to hear from you. So, since maybe Deb can't chat, but I'm gonna pull out.
I pulled out a bunch of people. They should be getting links. So here comes Dalton.
Okay.
Dalton and Joanne. I basically pulled out everybody except Deb and David because they said that they
Have to go.
really can't come out.
Did you pull out Kathy and Austin?
Yeah.
A bunch of people left. Let's back up to seven.
Because they're not going to show up in the chat in the room because they're actually popping out over here. What's up, Alina?
Hello.
Hopefully I'm saying that correctly.
Yeah, Alina. You're good.
Sweet.
Perfect.
Or Ali, if it's easier. More like
shit.
Muhammad Ali. What's up?
Oh shit! Cameron, we got 2 alleys, bro. We got two
Two
alleys.
alleys.
Yeah. All the best girls have A's.
See who else pops out. Alina. So that's Alina, Dalton, Joanne. Who else? I sent everybody an invite. It might confuse them though, because on their end. So Dalton, can you tell me real quick what happens when I click invite you as speaker? What happens on your end?
It popped up on Google Plus, and so I actually thought we were going back to Google Hangout. So I thought we were going back to Google Hangout. But yeah, it just pops up. A separate screen pops up to join in, and it comes up like Google Hangout.
Okay.
And it notifies you. It rings. So.
Okay.
Cool. There's Austin.
There's Austin.
Okay, why don't we, Joanne, why don't you...
Sadie just messaged me on Facebook, so I'm going to send her a message and let her know what's going on.
Did she not get a link? I sent her a link.
Just message her the webinar link, Dalton,
Yeah,
if you can.
I'll send it to her again.
Okay.
So we had 10 people in the room. Now we got 5 in the room, and we got only 4 on here. So somebody's missing. Lena, at the top right of your screen, you're going to see room, and when you click it, it's going to show attendees, and you'll see a button that says view. Can you click view and tell me who's on there?
I don't see attendees. Where is it at?
At the top right, you're going to see room. Click on room. Then you'll see attendees down below it, and you click view.
Okay. So we have, it's not letting me view.
It's not letting me view either. I thought that was weird.
Yeah, it says Kevin.
It won't let you view when you click view?
Sadie said she was in and then it exited out on its own, so I don't know if she needs a link again or...
I sent her a link again.
Oh, see, that's probably because, because I have her set as invited as speaker. Kathy, I also had you set to I don't know if they don't.
Yeah, where's Kathy? Did she get kicked out?
No. she might think she got kicked out because she was invited as a speaker, so it kicks her out, and then it has like what Dalton was saying, where it's like the thing rings and says like you can join the hangout. Basically, we'll figure out.
Yeah.
Sadie said she's got it.
Okay. This is a great start.
Hey, you don't gotta be good with technology to make money on the internet.
Yeah, I love
No.
it. Love it.
It's the best news, right?
Did you?
Kathy, if you're here and you can hear me, Kathy, and you haven't gotten tossed on too much wine yet, just type yes in the chat and let us know so I can invite you as speaker. You're not getting kicked off the webinar. You're getting invited as a speaker on the panel. Sadie, same thing. If you're here and you can hear me and you're hearing us say this, say yes in the chat. And I'll invite you out as a speaker as well. So you're not getting kicked off the panel. You're actually being invited as a speaker. So,
So by the time we get situated, you guys are going to have to go.
It's okay. We got half an hour. We'll crush it out.
Austin, it would probably help if you were on your, if you had video, bro, so we could see you. Because like right now, you're chatting to us, and that doesn't really, like, it's gonna be a really long conversation if you have to type out every answer.
Wait, I don't even see anything in the chat. I only see Deb's.
Whoa, whoa, is that Kathy Judd? Is that Kathy Judd? What?
Says drinking wine. That's the way to do a webinar.
Cal is just jealous because his wine glass is empty.
Yeah. All right.
So I don't know if everyone's here or not, but we should.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and move.
Yeah.
So everybody's gonna have to watch the replay if they missed this part. So, guys, you guys are.
I got to
If you
record
get-
it. Right? Do I have to record it or?
It's already on live. It's recording.
It's
Okay.
recording on its own.
All right.
So I'm gonna mute some of you guys. Austin, log back in from your phone, and then leave a comment when you're logged in on your phone, and I can pull you back out on the panel. So, first, I just wanted to help make sure that we're managing expectations. So you guys are all hiring on as coaches. So Cameron and I are in this position where we're testing out some funnels right now. We should be getting traffic in to the funnels by next week. But again, we've said that since like the end of December, and it's a very, very complicated funnel. The payoff is going to be huge. The setback is that it takes a while to put it all together. But once we have traffic coming through the funnels and we can, oh, what's up, Austin? I'm gonna mute you real quick, buddy. There you go. So once we have everything set up and we have some traffic running through, Cam and I have the ability to scale this out pretty big. So by summer of 2016, so by summer of this year, we're looking to scale out to $1 million a month. I'm not sure why I would say sit tight for Sadie, so she's might have to log out and try to log back in again.
There are 9 of us on here. We can kick Austin's other self, though. There's 2 Austins on here.
Yeah, let me get.
I'm gonna push something here. It might fuck everything up.
There you go. Nope, we're good.
Cool.
Okay, so Cameron and I, our goal is to by summer of 2016, which could end up being fucking winter of 2016. We don't know, but sometime this year we're hitting $1 million a month in gross sales. That's the goal. Okay. In order to hit $1 million a month in sales, we've already ran our numbers, so we kind of know how many people do we need to be bringing through the front door of AWOL Academy in order to generate enough upsells to hit that goal number. So what it looks like is basically 2,000 front-end sales, meaning 2,000. So remember, in AWOL Academy, we have Pro Academy is the basic product, and then there's Inbox Academy, Mass Conversion Academy, Traffic Academy, and then Masters Academy. These are all like building on top of each other. And then we have Elite, which is the premier level of the academy right now, which is like where you guys are all members of Elite, so you know what it's all about. So when I say front end, I'm talking about a front end sale, which is Pro Academy, the lowest end product. It's the front end sale that somebody buys that triggers a coaching process, which they come through as a sales sequence, which upsells them, lets them know about all the other products that AWOL has to offer, and upsells them all the way to Elite. And then on the other end of that, they're getting on a phone call with one of you, and then you're closing them into whatever package they can afford, basically. Right? So if they can go Elite, they're going to go all the way Elite. If all they can do is like the Facebook Traffic Academy bundle, that's all they'll do. If all they can do is Inbox Academy bundle, then that's all they'll do. Okay? So in order for us to get to our goal, we know that we need at least like 2,000 people coming through the front end, meaning 2,000 people per month that are buying the Pro Academy. Okay? And this is based on very conservative numbers. So it could end up being a lot less to hit the goal, but that's what we're aiming for. Which would mean that there are 2,000 phone calls a month that are coming through, right? And that means that so we know that we need at the very least, we need at least 10 coaches there to be able to handle the amount of volume that we want to send through. So notice that I said our goal is in summer of 2016, not like next month, right? So we're hiring you guys on early so that we can slowly scale up to that goal, because Cameron and I are 100%, like our number one commitment is to the user experience of our customers. So the way, like, we're setting up AWOL, and I know at times right now it might not seem like it, but we are setting up AWOL as like the premier educational pathway for the Make Money online space. Really like setting a completely new precedence of what the standard of education in the Make Money space should be. And creating a platform that everybody else in our space will now have to compete with in order to provide a quality user experience. So we're 100% committed to the user experience of every customer. Okay? Which means
the heart of that user experience is you guys, is the coaches.
Right. So what that means is we can't, like, what most of our competitors would do is they would scale up the amount of sales coming in through the front and then hire coaches after the fact and then bring them on board and then sacrifice the user experience of a few hundred people so that they know that the volume is there first and they don't have coaches, they're not paying out for coaches there without the volume there. Do you guys understand what I mean by that? And what we're doing is the opposite of what the industry is doing. So we're bringing you guys on early, getting you prepped and ready so that when the time comes for us to scale out and hit that $1 million a month goal, we have all of you there to provide the support and the user experience that we require in order for us to maintain a certain level of integrity with the users. This is a very, very long explanation of saying we don't have any work for you right now.
I mean, we literally could have too much work tomorrow, but the bottom line is we don't want to open the faucet unless we know we have everybody trained and in place to be able to handle it. The bottom line is, in the very near future, we will have as much or as little work as you want. It's totally up to you. But the reality of it is that that user experience is the most important thing. That is the heartbeat of this entire company. From the moment that someone makes a purchase to the moment of them reaching their goals and having success, all the way in between there, the coaching and experience is the most important part. From the customer support to the actual coaching process, and it is going to evolve as the platform evolves. I'm sure you guys all know that we're operating out of a temp back office right now. As the platform evolves, the coaching process is going to evolve. The tools that you guys are going to have to be able to coach and the level of service you're going to be able to give is going to evolve. But the bottom line is we kind of want to know where you guys are coming from as well, because this does have the ability to be more than a full-time income in and of itself. This has the ability to, I'm sure you guys understand how much the value of just one phone call can be, right? The only competitor in our space right now that I wouldn't even consider them a competitor at all, their coaches are doing between 6 and 7 figures, anywhere from few and far between, depending on how hard that they want to work. We just want to make sure that our coaches, that this is something that's in line with your values, working with someone on a one-to-one basis. We don't want you setting aside your dreams, your goals, and your vision of what you want to accomplish if this isn't it. You know what I mean? Our goal is to we're still a stand for every single thing that we're saying, especially internally, with you being about this being in a line. Like, I know that Dalton's already messaged me personally on the side well before this conversation ever happened, and he was just like, I'm going to be a part of this vision no matter what. I know that I'm going to be able to give back. I know that I'm going to be teaching. I know that I'm going to be doing all these things. So it's like, I'm not surprised that you're on this call right now. You know what I mean? So we just want to make sure that we're obviously in the same alignment with you guys. And as AWOL as a company does continue to grow, there is going to be advancement opportunities. There's going to be all sorts of things, but it all starts with you guys as coaches, and really just coming from a place where you're showing up to serve, the same way that we're teaching in the consultative sales training and stuff, where we're literally having you show up to serve every single time, and that no matter who gets started, what their background is, or which one of you guys they got on the phone with, they're receiving that same just AAA grade experience, that they're having that same great taste in their mouth and just being in love with what we're able to do here with the company. I just believe that every single great company that exists, that their customer support, that the coaching, and that the sales staff is the heart of it. You know what I mean? It's the most important piece. And it's not something that I believe that can just be like outsourced and people can just be put there. It's a very intentional process.
Sorry to interrupt you, Cameron. I just want to say that, you know, we want, just based on everything that Kayla and Cameron are doing, we will be the best in our space in terms of customer service, and, you know, just really putting out the values that AWOL is offering and being able to transcend that into every conversation we have. And why are we starting this so early? We don't have any funnels running, but I like to be proactive instead of reactive, because if we get those funnels rolling and we're still doing training, it's just going to hurt us. So, you know, what I want to do is, you know, we'll get through this call, introducing ourselves to each other. Kayla and Cameron are, hopefully next week, we're going to get on a pretty intensive coaching training, and it will be recorded, so we know what points we need to hit. But then I also want to continue on a weekly basis, if we can get together for an hour and just go over everything, objections, you know, how to overcome them and stuff like that. And that way, when we're ready, which we will be when they start running, we're just going to start rolling. And I'm excited to be working with everybody. Everybody I've talked to is so passionate and so energetic, and I'm excited. I don't know about you guys, but I'm really excited.
And so I think the most exciting day ever was when we hired Lena.
Aw.
Right, Cameron?
I'm honored and humbled. Don't even go there. Don't turn this into a love fest, Kayla.
Seriously, I'm just saying. I'm just being honest. But okay, so now that that's all set aside, you guys understand, like, we don't have customers for you to speak to right now, but we're gonna be getting there very soon, right? And so the point is, like, as we're bringing in, we've had customers trickling in. You've seen us adding people to the group and whatnot. As we're trickling people in, you'll be getting on calls. I think Lena's probably already gone over this. Well, you'll be getting on calls where you're listening to Lena, or you're listening to Danielle, or you're listening to Kathy have conversations with people. So you're learning about, like, what that experience is like to be on the phone with a new user. So as Lena mentioned, today's call is not going to be like really a training, as much as it's just like us getting to know you guys and what it is that, like, what brought you here, really. So my first question, and Cameron, if you have a question, let me know. But my first question is, like, what made you apply to take this position? Oh, do they know what they're getting paid, Lena?
Yeah, I've kind of went out. I told them it's kind of a sliding scale.
There's a scale?
Well, yeah,
A
between
sliding scale.
yeah.
It
Remember
will. It increases.
I thought they were volunteering. These aren't volunteers?
They're doing it for you, Kayla. They love you so much, and they think you're so handsome.
Okay, so obviously it's not volunteer work, but it is going to be a scale. It's going to be a scale based on experience and performance. So starting out will be like 5% commissions, and you can earn up to 15% commissions, basically. So as a trainer, you could earn, like if you're a coaching trainer and you're training other people who are learning the whole coaching process, you'd be earning up to 15% per sale that is closed, plus what we think is going to happen. And again, don't hold us to this because this is very
We're
fluid and
still working
organic.
out the details.
Yeah. We're still trying to figure out exactly how it's going to work, but there is going to be, like, if you're coaching someone and they're generating a sale and they're not at that 15%, then you would be getting an override on their closes as their coach. You see what I'm saying?
We want to create
So
some incentive for coaching managers and sales managers and trainers, essentially.
So you would basically be doing at the price point that we're opening up at. When somebody went to Elite, you'd be making $250 up to $750 at the $5,000 price point. And it'll pay out a commission on, like, even if they don't go Elite, obviously they buy one of the smaller packages, there'll be a commission there for you as well. And just to, like, give you some perspective, I worked in sales a long time, and nobody in the sales world hands you leads that as hot as we're going to hand you. You know what I mean? They already know everything there is to know. They know all of the products. They already know what decision they're at. We've given you all of the ammo, like in that survey that you guys all went through. That survey gives you all of the information you need to close them on a sale. They tell you how much they have as a marketing budget. They tell you how much they have as startup capital. They told you their goals and dreams. They told you their setbacks. Like, you have everything that you need. You have a fully like they're walking into an arsenal that is fully loaded, right? And for them to back out at that point is going to be really tough. So
And you're being positioned. You are being positioned as an authority. So you're immediately coming from the stance as an authority, as the expert.
Right. Where, like, they need you, you don't need them type of authority, right? So to give you guys some perspective on that, when I started implementing this type of a upsell sequence, which I learned from Cameron taught like 1,000 people this upsell sequence, and only one person applied it, basically, as far as we can tell. And so when I started using this upsell sequence in my first online business, I literally closed 100% of the people that I spoke to. I closed them for the exact dollar amount that they told me they had as startup capital. 100%. Right? So zero fall, like, there was no fallout. Like, if you told me this is how much you had when I got you on the phone, that's how much I was going to close you for as a customer of my business at the time. So that's how good the coaching process is. That's not like for me that's not me bragging about my closing skills. That's just how good the process is. So, and that's not like we don't necessarily expect you to start at that 100% close rate either, so don't worry about that. So that pretty much covers what the pay is going to be, and again, we're giving you like the easiest leads that you'll ever get in a sales capacity, at least that I've seen after like 11 years in the sales industry. So my first question would just be, why, like, what brought you here? What caused that? What caused you to, like, fill out the application, sit through hours and hours of video, set time out of your day today to spend on this webinar when you could have been doing other things? And who wants to go first?
All right, guys, I'll go first here. So my main reason to get plugged into this is, I come from a military background, and so something that has really been instilled in me is a leadership responsibility. So, like Cam was saying, about a month ago, I had actually sent out a message to him, basically saying that I wanted to get involved and I wanted to do more than just, utilize the products. And so that is something I do plan on moving to Vegas here once my military contract's up. And I'm looking forward to this opportunity. I know that it's gonna really broaden my experience that I have, and I feel like I'm gonna be able to be an exceptional coach and, you know, help other people chase their dreams and goals and aspirations. And, you know, whenever I see somebody else succeed, it motivates me that much more because I know that I have an impact on what they're involved in.
So would you say that, like, it's the vision of AWOL? By the way, that's cool. If you want to move out to Vegas, homie.
Oh, it's happened. It's happened, Kiala.
I love it.
That's sexy, dude. So would you say that, like, if I'm hearing you correctly, one thing that you're saying is that, like, you want to help other people have results. Like, you enjoy seeing that somebody else is growing and learning and creating a new result in their life because of something that you did. But what initially, like, is it the vision of AWOL, which I don't even know, like, if we've ever really explained the vision of AWOL, but what is it about AWOL that made you want to, like, reach out to Cameron in that way?
I just see the kind of leadership you guys have, and I feel like I have so much value that I can learn from you guys. And it's just the direction that I want to go. You know, I want to be working closely with you guys. I want to be a part of AWOL, and especially as we're growing, you know, I want to be one of the front runners and just, you know, really watch this business expand, or this, you know, this coaching experience, you know, just take off. And that's the main reason why I got in is, you know, the vision and just the direction that everything's going towards. And there's so many different, you know, people are coming in with all sorts of different directions in which they're going with this. You know, we have, you know, like we got Christian doing his yoga thing. You know, we got people marketing, affiliate marketing. So there's just so many different ways that people are going with it. You know, their own inventions, and it'll just be interesting to see everybody go through their different ways and directions, and we're all doing it as a family and a team.
Okay, so I feel you, buddy. And, you know, continuing down the path that you're on, like the results that you've been able to create in the short 3.5 months that you've been here, continuing down on that path and continuing to create those results, I could definitely see you, like, becoming like one of the a master trainer inside of AWOL, where you're totally responsible for a whole group of people, training them. Because Elite, pretty quickly here, like in a relatively short amount of time, Elite is going to start to split off into different levels.
Okay.
So the Elite webinars are going to start off with, like, brand new, because we can't have somebody like a total newbie who just got the idea of making money online yesterday, has never purchased a domain, cannot get the same value out of an Elite call. Like, he can't be on they can't be on the same call that Christian is on, who's like trying to run a yoga business. You know what I mean?
Right.
And has already run like 100 different campaigns. Like, we start, if we speak to one, we alienate the other. So it's going to be breaking out into groups, and there's room for, like, people like yourself. The more that you learn, the more that you master the skills, you know, you could have, like, your own group that you're working with every week, and of course there'd be, like, compensation for that and stuff. So
we're looking to break it off based on results. So, like, someone that's at like 0 to 5K would be basically operating in a mastermind that's different from someone that's doing like 20 to 30 or 20 to 50,000 type thing. So it's a different conversation when you're scaling out multiple traffic sources, and it's really beneficial when people can just focus on and be surrounded by people that are at the same level that they are.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, see, that's just it. You know, I'm taking this and I'm running with it. You know, it's one of those things. I look at this opportunity as this is my one chance to grow, and this is my main focus. And you know, I want to succeed in this. There's no doubt about it. And I look at it as this is my one opportunity. You know, of course, to create my dream lifestyle. You know, that venture that we go towards. And you know, I'm just going to take it. I'm going to run with it, and I know I'm going to be successful.
I know it too. As long as you know it, that's all that matters, bro. Doesn't matter. As long as the voice on the inside is clearer and louder than the voices on the outside, you have begun to master your life.
Absolutely.
So thanks, Dalton. I'm going to mute you out again, okay?
Of course, yep.
You'll know that it's your turn because you'll be speaking. That basically means that it's up to you, whoever wants to go next.
I'll go. Oh. Go ahead, John. All you.
Thank you, dear. So my name's Joanne, and I'm from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Hey. Sorry. And I guess the reason why I'm on here really, or why I wanted to join and be a part of the team is because I see alignment. Um, you know, when I was looking for my next step after, you know, last year was a lot of different struggles for me personally. And I was kind of looking for that next step. And when I found AWOL, I saw a tool and I saw a skill set that was transferable. So I said, okay, there's the practicality piece there. And I signed on and it was great. And you're learning and you're kind of going. And then as we go through all of the elite masterminds and webbies on Wednesdays, I realized that there's so much more than just the transferable skill set that I thought I was signing up to. It was, to me, I think empowerment in the most fundamental way. The skill set in and of itself, it empowers people to write their own ticket, literally, physically write their own ticket to create a dream lifestyle, but there's also emotional and personal empowerment there to, you know, really empower people to believe in themselves and move forward. And as someone that has been going through something, you know, over the last year or so and changing and growing and looking for that, I feel like I know that I'm not alone, and I know there are other people out there that want to write their own tickets, don't know how, and don't have the confidence. And I just feel like this is kind of that full meal deal, and with that alignment, I feel really inspired to want to jump on and help others.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, like you're saying that what AWOL is a stand for, you feel it's in alignment with your values, basically. Where we're operating from is in alignment with your values. You're muted again, by the way. Oh, there you go.
I just didn't want you guys to hear the TV while you were speaking, so I muted myself. But yeah, that's exactly it.
So at the risk, only Cameron is going to recognize this out of everybody on here. So Cameron, excuse me if I sound a little bit cliche, like somebody that we might know, but it sounds to me like you understand, Joanne, that AWOL is a transformation factory that's disguised as an income opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, when I first joined on, I felt I was looking for very much a transactional experience, right? Like, I pay you money, you give me, you know, the goods, the lessons, and, you know, seeing your gorgeous face on those webinars every day, teaching me how to build my business online and everything. But as I went through it, it became very transformational, right? Like, and, you know, being a part of some of the webinars with Jonathan and, you know, with David and things like that, I feel like I've gotten so much more value than I had initially imagined, right? And I've paid a lot of money to school before and different, you know, kind of things, and I really think from a value standpoint, I've gotten a lot more than I expected.
Cool. Thank you for sharing that, Joanne. So that's totally understandable to me. It makes sense to me. And from my experience of you, oh, you and Kathy should be hanging out more often with that glass of wine. From my experience of you, I agree. Like, it is a reflection of your values. I hear it in the commentary that you leave on our webinars, that a lot of what we talk about on the personal development side and the transformational side is where you're really focused right now. So it makes perfect sense, and we're happy to have you here. Austin or Alina, whoever wants to go next, it's up to you.
Yeah, I can.
Oh.
Go ahead. Nope, you got it. Ladies first. Go ahead.
Thank you. Since I've been trying for like 3 times. No. I guess, I don't know. I'm really all about everything AWOL stands for. Like, I've been talking to Elena about on our calls. I got goosebumps from the first video I saw about the whole thing, and I'm just excited to be a part of something that's bigger than myself, and it's something that to watch it unfold from the beginning is just beautiful. I'm just so excited to be a part of it, and I'm excited to be on this call with you guys because it went from only seeing you guys in the video to now I'm actually talking to you, and it's just cool to be a part of all of it. It's great.
So Okay, so I hear like you're excited. You like being here from the beginning, watching something grow and build. But kind of give me some background. Like, why are you excited about it? What is it about what we do that has you excited? That has you like really wanting to work with us on a closer, like on a more engaged level?
Mm, I'm excited about. Well, it started off with another way of life, just doing it for myself. There's just a lot of, like Sultan said, there's a lot of people coming from different backgrounds, and just to turn my story into a success story and to help others turn their stories into success stories is something. I'm it's I don't know, I'm just excited for that because I love helping people, and I love being around people, and just I'm a very giving person, and so it's just nice to be able to give back and pay it forward, and yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you enjoy serving others, and you like the idea of helping people turn their mess into their message.
Mhm. Exactly.
Perfect. There's no, I mean yours is really simple, so I won't go on and on about it. But totally happy to have you here, Alina, and I'm
Thank
glad that you got
you.
on the call. 'Cause
Thank
this is the
you.
first time that I've like seen your face.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm in the weekly webinars for Elite. I usually just type here and there because I have my little one running around most of the time. So I'm usually not, I mean, I'm engaging, but not like just writing because over here and multitasking.
totally cool. It's just nice to like see your face and hear your voice and like match your name to such a beautiful person. So
Thank you.
I'm gonna mute you out again,
Okay.
and then Austin, if you want to pop out, brother, and just answer that question real quick.
Yeah. So I guess kind of the biggest thing for me, I know that I've said a couple times how I've been working, 50, 60 hours a week, that sort of thing, and that's been going on for a couple years here. So I came through kind of the AWOL power players side of things like Dalton has, and I guess the biggest thing for me, it bridged this gap between like a job and working and doing something you love to do while making money. And I feel like the thing that's always kind of caught my eye with you yourself and Cameron and kind of all the leaders like Jang and all them is how passionate about what you guys are passionate about what you guys do. And I feel like I just go to a job every day. Um, and that for me, I feel like it's like bridging this gap between what people think is how you make money and how you guys do. And that's kind of, I see your guys' vision in that, kind of making this whole AWOL system like an education system. Like if this was another thing that people could do, and saw it as something they actually could do, I want to be a part of that because I want to build my own income and build the life that I want to live as well. But I don't want to be, locked in this job where I have no time freedom. I can't, live my life. I mean, I just go to work and come home and I get to spend my money on the weekends, but it's like, why am I working? Why am I doing this? And if I can, bring other people out of that and into, this kind of lifestyle where, you make your own hours, you can sell the products you want to sell and do the things that you want to do in life. That's why I'm here. That's why I want to be a part of this.
Cool. So you're let me ask you a question real quick. Well, how much is it going to take if you're working 50, 60 hours a week? Do you have one job or two?
One.
And how much does it take to buy back your freedom from that job? What do you have to make every month to replace it?
I'd have to make, well, before taxes, that's the difference. I know I can make more just having my own business, but I would need to reach probably, eight to 10,000 a month if I wanted to completely stop going to work, and that's my goal.
Okay, that's doable.
Mm-hmm.
That's readily doable.
Yeah, I know, and that's the thing. I know I haven't been as involved as I've wanted to be, It's been a little frustrating, to be honest, but I feel like the momentum of the skills I've been learning and the things I've been learning through Elite are slowly catching up to me, and then I'm gonna lock in here and start getting the results that I really want to soon. So
Sweet. Okay. Pretty straightforward. It's like, look, I did what society tells me to do, and I realize like I'm in a position that I don't want to be. And if you're a stand for helping people realize that they don't have to do that either, I'll be a stand and carry your message forward. Is that that's kind of what you're saying? Is what I'm hearing anyway.
Yeah. I think so.
Perfect. I'm just gonna mute you out again, Austin. Cool. Cam, did you have any other questions you want to ask? I was just gonna ask him the $5 million question.
No, I mean, you're pretty much on point right now. That's if I was gonna ask anything, that would pretty much be it.
Okay. So just the last question we have for you guys, and just come out.
Do we not want to let Kathy go? Cutting her off?
Oh shit, my bad. I'm Kathy. I wasn't sure if she was awake or if she just like passed out over with the wine and stuff and was just, you know what I mean?
With the wine.
She might have just, I thought maybe
that's what Kayala would do. Don't listen to him. I got your back, Kathy.
I'm totally projecting here. But
Yeah,
Kathy, yeah.
no, it's fine. I'm used to 2 glasses of wine at 11 o'clock at night. That's cool. It's just that I sort of told my story on the other, hangout thing that we were on before you joined on. So I was like, if they skip me, that's cool. But what is the question I'm supposed to answer?
There it is. There's that wine. The question is just like, what made you want to become, like an AWOL coach? What was it about it that made you apply and put in all this extra work and energy and effort and stuff?
Oh, I guess just, from the first time that I was exposed to you guys, it was Cameron first, and then through you, I felt like the integrity, I guess, initially, when all the doodly and the WooCar and all that stuff was just sort of going into groups. I was like, well, here are these guys that are kind of like my age, but here are these other guys that really speak my language so much more clearly. Like the fact that you guys came from like a bigger vision of like a spiritual perspective, and just like weren't afraid to like call it out and to just work on your own stuff and to be honest with yourselves and to just pass that stuff on. Like it just always resonated, and the value that you gave on so many of those webinars, just free stuff, like the step-by-step, all that stuff. I mean, I learned so much from it, and I just always felt so much, I mean, I would like make those webinars a priority, and I just felt like, I don't know, and again, like you guys, several of you talk about just like that alignment, and that's more than anything what I really just felt, was just that alignment, and I don't know, and plus you're pretty, and so it was like perfect. But also, like, I guess another thing that's kind of serious is that one of the things that one of my goals, I guess personally, when I think about just inner things that I really want to be able to master in my lifetime is some of that stuff that you do about really, reaching into somebody and pulling out like the most essential stuff and calling it out, and I don't know, but I'm glad to be here.
Well, we're really happy to have you here. I knew that first time that we had our conversation when I first interviewed you, the first time we were going around hiring coaches, I just kind of felt like we were totally in alignment too. So I'm happy to have you here, Kathy. I'm going to mute you out real quick, and then I'm going to ask the secondary question. And there's no right or wrong answer to these questions, guys. So don't worry about that.
Don't listen to him, there is. He's taking notes. I'm just kidding.
So the right answer to every question is you're handsome. That's the right answer to every question. You guys have probably figured that out by now. but you know, I'll take it any way I can get it. People are gonna think I'm so conceited, man. It's so not true, but
You're
all
like
right,
Kenny
so-
Powers. You're like the Hawaiian version of Kenny Powers. You just gotta start talking in the third person.
Okay, next question. Seriously though, next question is so if I wrote you a check right now for $5 million, what would you do?
I guess it starts with Dalton. We'll go back through the same order.
All right, so $5 million. Honestly, I would look into further investments. I want to make more money off the money that I've already received, and I want to build a financial wealth for not only me but also my family. So I would be giving back. I'd really like to be able to take care of my family and also give into other organizations. That is my main focus, and I just want to continue to grow. So yeah, I believe with that $5 million, I would further investments, look into more opportunities to help others, and of course, take care of my family.
Okay. Cool. Super simple answer, guys. Don't be shy. So if I wrote you a check right now for $5 million, what would you do with it? What would you do with your life, like in general? Like $5 million would obviously change your life in some way. How would your life change? Go
It's
ahead,
not
Joanne.
necessarily how you'd spend it. I mean, that's obviously a part of it, but what are you doing with your time? What does your life look like? $5 million in the bank. What do you do? So who is next? Was it Joanne?
Joanne's next.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'd actually go and try to build my own organization that is also in alignment with what I want to do, right? Like I'm just starting to get a bit more clarity around what that vision looks like, and as I continue forward, I think it really is based around being able to build an organization that helps people grow and builds people up. Part of the reason why I'm here is really just success modeling, right? You guys have a great thing going, and I'm all about the R&D, rip off and duplicate, right? Because you guys are doing a great job. So yeah, I'm not gonna obviously rip off your idea. You guys are the best in this group, in this industry, but maybe one day I'll find my own industry and I'll stick my legs in there and stand up.
So your organization is geared towards serving people in what capacity?
It really depends. I know that the meta vision really is to I want to change education around sexual education for in all school boards, right, across for girls and boys, just to get more comfortable with their own bodies and understand and learn about that, so that there's no mystery, there's no taboo, and then hopefully in time that decreases the instances of sexual violence and sexual crimes, as well as really awkward and not welcomed experiences. And so that's kind of that meta goal that I will get to, and hopefully will last beyond after I've passed. But kind of getting there and such, the path is to be mapped out.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. I was actually just listening to a podcast from Mike Dillard. He was interviewing a guy named Tucker Max. Tucker Max wrote a book called Mate. It's all about how to be a man that's attractive to women. And one of the things he was talking about in there is he thinks that earlier on in the educational early on in education, we should be teaching people how to understand the opposite sex, because it would really eliminate a lot of the weird, odd boundaries and the polarization between the two sexes, and it would keep guys from approaching women in the most creepy, odd, uncomfortable ways.
The studies that he talked about on that podcast were really good, actually, about the I can't remember what the one was, but it was all based off of human psychology. It was really deep.
Yeah, if you guys have the link, definitely hook me up. That kind of stuff is really interesting to me.
Have any of you guys heard of the book, I Hope They Serve Beer in Hell?
No.
You heard of that one? He's the author of it. It's a best-selling author. It's literally when he was in his 20s, all of the ridiculous stuff that he did. It's every chapter is like this other silly story. It's like Tucker tries anal. It's like this ridiculous story, but you're like in tears laughing at it. But it was this best-selling thing, and now he actually has some really successful businesses now. He's basically got the whole publishing thing down, but he's got a podcast. You should, if you go check out go to MikeDillard.com. He has a podcast called Self-Made Man. And he has 2 on there from Tucker. His other one is about like publishing yourself and publishing a book. Yeah, I'm sure you'll enjoy that one. There's some good stuff on there.
Thank you.
All right, who's next?
I think me, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's me. I've never really thought about what I would do. Is that weird? I think, like Dalton was saying, is I would invest back into my business. I kind of would put some towards my investment in my business, and then a lot of it, I mean, not all of it, but part of it would go towards like my family self and family, but to make sure we're secure, as well as that way if we're taken care of, I can be able to take care of everyone else I want to take care of. So it would be both of those areas.
Okay, so one, investing it, like, do you mean investing it like into your personal? Do you mean like investing it into your online business? Investing it as investor capital in like passive income streams? Maybe you mean both, and then there's
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I think it would just be into any way I can make the world better. After my mom was diagnosed with cancer, I got really into finding ways to help with the cancer patients. So I probably would go in that direction. And also, I don't know if anybody knows about this tattoo, but it's autism awareness and breast cancer. And so they really like touch my heart. I have both family in both areas. So I think I would go towards finding out ways to help for those causes, because those are what really hit home. And then, yeah. And
okay.
Ways I can help the world, pretty much, with helping myself too.
Okay. So there's a couple of things that I like about what you said. One is you said, if I would put a good portion towards me and my family, because if I can take care of them, then I can take care of everybody else, which is a principle that like we talk about a lot, which is like you got to fill your cup first, right? An empty cup fills no cups. But
you got to put on your own mask before you put on the person's next to you. They tell you on every airplane.
Exactly.
The other thing you said too that is interesting, and I'll just throw this out there for you, is your initial response was, well, I've never really thought about that. And so just as from a mentorship capacity, I would say, if you don't know, like Cameron and I have had this conversation very recently, but if you don't know what you're going to do with the money, then why would the money come to you?
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? So it's something to think about, like as you stay plugged into all of our training and stuff. Like that's one of the things that we're working to facilitate, is for people to understand their values and their vision, and really get crystal clear about what that is, and then go out and execute that. Because we really just want to serve people in executing what their life's mission and purpose. And both Cameron and I believe like every person has a divine purpose, like the reason that they're here. So totally all about that. Cool. I'm gonna mute you, and then I believe it was Austin next. Austin, you better have the best answer, bro, because you have the longest to think about it. I'm joking though. I'm joking. But you're muted right now, buddy. You're muted.
All right, we're good.
Yeah.
So I guess the biggest thing for me is I have an incredible family. So lots of time would be spent with them. That's one of my big things right now that I can't do because of the time restraints I have. So that's one of the reasons why I'm linking up with you guys and that sort of thing. But for example, like we have like 30 members of my family and my wife's family all meeting in Bozeman, Montana for a snowboarding trip here in about a month. And just being able to do those things with my family, I think, is what I would aim for. Obviously, I'd invest money so that I could have, funds. I would, leave a legacy for my family and everything. But also, I'd pay off my parents' house like tomorrow, just because the situation they're in and how much they've helped me to be in the position I'm in. They've been a huge part of my life. So I guess a lot of it's revolving around my family, obviously. But again, I think I haven't really thought about, like you just said, like that divine purpose. I guess I haven't really found something that I've really been like, you know what, this is it for me if I could ever do it. But that I guess is a work in progress. But as far as I know right now, that's what I'd be doing. It's family and just building wealth and planning ahead as far as financials for my family goes. So.
The cool thing is you get to choose what it is. It's basically like what type of impact you want to have, and you get to pick it.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Perfect, dude. Crystal clear. So I won't harp on you on that one. Kathy, if I wrote you a check for $5 million, how much wine would you buy? She's like, I'd buy a fucking vineyard.
She'd buy a winery.
I might add some tequila to it. Okay. So am I unmuted and everything?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have thought about this sort of thing, and I would probably take about $750,000 of that money to buy a nice little house for myself that paid for with cash and renovate it a little bit. I don't need much, but just, places where people can come in South Carolina and help my family with just to clear up some little stuff. But then I would roll that stuff into like real estate investments and stuff. I really am very interested in real estate investing and flipping houses and having rental income and stuff. So I would be very actively using that money to make more money in that way. And eventually, one of the things, it's everybody's got their things, but service-wise, something that I've thought about a lot that I want to do is like, this was inspired by that documentary Happy, that showed like what makes people happy a lot. That there was that thing with the commune in Denmark or something, so like I want to have some place for like single moms and their kids where, they just have space and everybody knows how to cook and they grow their stuff, and it doesn't have to be a big thing, but just, where people have a place to go and the kids are all able to learn different skills from different people and feel the love from multiple sources. So that's one thing, and also I want to have a yoga retreat center in the Shenandoah, because even though I don't like where I am in Virginia, in Northern Virginia, Virginia itself is a beautiful freaking state, and I mean when you get into the mountains of the Blue Ridge and there's so many gorgeous places here, and so to have a retreat center in the Shenandoah, I don't know, like with arts and all sorts of things. I don't know. Those are my bigger visions. So that's going to take money. You're like rolling and rolling and rolling. So man, if you wrote me a check for $5 million, I can go with it. So if you're feeling generous, let's go.
So the cool thing about, well, I'm just going to mute you out, Kathy, and thank you for sharing. You've obviously thought this through a few times. So I like that. So the cool thing about what everybody said is like everything that you guys just shared, A-Wallet encompasses all of that in our eyes. I don't know if you guys see it that way, but in our eyes it does. And that there is a AWOL Foundation that we're setting up. AWOL's already built 2 schools, one in India and one, what was the other one, Cameron?
In Haiti.
Haiti. So we brought schools to communities where there was previously no education at all. We funded several water projects to offer clean water to communities where they're walking miles every day to get water. So we've created some well projects. And a lot of our sales material going forth, once we get things properly set up, is going to include that a percentage of every purchase that is ever made with AWOL is going back out to the community in the form of charities that are continuing to make our world a better place. So we're focused on what we call conscious capitalism, where we understand that the more that we're all in this together, and we mean that like on a global scale, right? A rising tide raises all ships. So we're doing our best to raise all ships globally. So we touch on that. We also talk a lot. When we get into when we really start to break down the master's course and the type of talent and intellect that we're bringing in, we're going to be talking about investment capital, real estate investing. We're going to have our own portfolios where you could passively be putting money into a portfolio that we're paying professionals to manage for us with our own money, and build up real passive income streams. And really, the whole reason that we do all of this is because we want people to really be able to create a life by design for their families, for the people that they love. The reason I do this is because I love my family. My business is how I express my love. Because today I can do more for the people that I love than I was able to do 2 or 3 years ago. And nothing in comparison to what I'll be able to do for them 5 to 10 years from now. So hopefully, that all makes sense to you guys. Cameron, unless there's anything else you want to say, Cam, I think you and I could probably drop off and Lena could take it from here.
No, that's pretty much it. I mean, the bottom line is if I had $50 million given to me tomorrow, it wouldn't change what we're doing here. I would still be on this call right now. Everything that we're doing right now is the complete extension of what we want, of what we're looking to accomplish. Sure, I may already be further along in the international property portfolio I might have, but it would just be places that we would be having this conversation instead of virtually. We'd be in the exact same place, working on the exact same projects, accomplishing the exact same mission. So, just really, really excited to be working with all of you guys. Excited to be able to have every one of the things that you guys just expressed is totally possible and doable, and I know that we're going to be able to help with what we're doing here.
Thank you, Cam. Thank you, Kiala.
So Lena, this is your circus. You are the lion tamer, so we'll let you get back to what you're doing.
No circus, guys.
Sorry. Huh?
No, I said no tricks.
No tricks. So Cam and I will drop off. I know you're messaging me back and forth on Skype about James right now, so I'll address that a bit, but go ahead and give me a call on my phone, Lena, when you get done with this call with the coaches. I'll be around, but I'm going to head out to my barbecue I got to go to.
Okay.
And guys, all of you that are here right now, one of the things I'll just mention before we go, so next week we'll get on with you guys and we'll actually be doing some hardcore sales training. And I love selling. I love selling. Put me in front of somebody and give me something to sell. I don't know why. I just love it. It's like a contest, right? Somebody's gonna buy something, right? Either they're gonna buy what I'm selling, or I'm gonna buy their excuses about why they don't need it or whatever, why they can't afford it or whatever. It's just fun. But we'll get on next week. We'll teach you guys some cool selling stuff. And then before we go, though, I just want to say one of the things that Cameron and I have talked about a lot is the type of company that we want to run, and we really we kind of are looking at modeling ourselves after the Googles out there and companies like Mind Valley, which you guys can go look them up. and really creating like a really, really fun environment for everyone that works with us internally on the corporate side, and just knowing that like, and wanting every one of them to have if they want it, we want them to have a vision that's bigger than just AWOL, and to go out and take their vision on as well, and we'll be happy to we'll be your biggest raving fan. So like, this isn't some job where we want you guys to be like, hey, stay here forever under my thumb, but really want you to like dream big, and we'll support you every step of the way. You make our world a better place when you do. So Cameron, unless there's anything else you want to say, dude, I'm gonna pop off.
I'm good, man. I'm complete. We'll catch you guys later.
Later, guys. Thanks so much for being here. Appreciate you all.
Thank you, guys.
Take care.
Okay, you guys are all still muted, right? Let me see if I can unmute you. You should have did that before. Okay.
We can all just unmute ourselves, I think.
Oh, can you guys unmute yourself?
Yeah.
Awesome. It would have taken me probably 20 minutes to unmute you anyway. I don't know about you guys, but I am freaking excited. I mean, the possibilities here, these guys are just top-notch.
It's very exciting.
It is. It
I'm
is.
excited.
Beyond excited.
Yeah.
And for me, I mean, yeah, I want to make money, but just to be aligned. I've been in sales for a really long time, and I will tell you, being in like traditional sales kind of sucks because you have pressure, you have, people breathing down your back. But here, I mean, the leads are given to you. If you've ever been in sales, that's golden. To be able to be handed leads of hot prospects. Mm-hmm. It's exciting all around. And I wanted to get into, I'm just going to briefly cover something because we don't have everybody on, but they're going to be watching the replay. So, Kayla didn't really explain in detail, which she shouldn't. I'll do it, the process of how we're going to be getting our leads. So they're probably mostly right now going to be coming from cold traffic. And we are going to be using a system called Vcita, V-C-I-T-A. And I'm going to be setting up everybody's account in Vcita. It's all going to be run by AWOL, so you don't have to pay for anything. That's why I had asked everybody to send me their availability, because I'm going to plug it all in and kind of see how it looks. I eventually want to be sending people in your time zones. Because, I live in Hawaii, and then we get somebody in Eastern time zone that wants to be called at 9 o'clock in the morning. We want them to work on our time. So, again, we'll get way more into that. I'll do walkthroughs with VCF for you. I'm with you so you can get a good handle on it, because every communication that goes out has got to be done through Vcita.
Vcita is great. I actually use that right now for my coaching calls.
I love Vcita.
Yeah, it's a very easy system, and it's cheap too.
Yep. Very easy, very easy. So, Dalton, you're gonna have to get me a different email if I can set you up with AWOL Vcita.
Okay, yeah, I will. I'll create an email specifically separate for that.
You know what I did is I created an email, just lena.projectawol@gmail.com.
That's actually what I was gonna do.
Yeah,
so
guys, that way we all have the same. Alina.projectawol@gmail.com, Austin.projectawol. Just keeps everything uniform, and at least if I forget somebody's email, I'll be easy for us to remember. But we're gonna be really we need to be really diligent about communication. As Gail and Cameron said, it's our #1 priority in this business is being able to serve the client. What else can I? Right now there's really not much else. I'm talking to the guys about in the back office setting up a coaching portal, so only the coaches will be able to get into that, and that way all of the training will be in there. There'll be documents for you to review. Just everything's in one place. So that's hopefully coming up. we're kind of in a weird place right now because we have all these separate back offices set up, but in 30 to 60 days, we're going to have an amazing system through Infusionsoft. So we don't want to put too much effort into one thing. That's why we decided to stick with Visita, because it's simple, it's easy, and with all of our communications going through there, I'll be able to go in as an administrator and kind of see what's happening, you know, what's moving through, where people are stuck. Because my ultimate goal is, once we get everybody trained up, is I'm going to be pulling out from the coaching, and I'm going to be here for you guys. So if you get stuck, or if you're unable to make a coaching call, you know, the great thing about Visita is you can assign it over to me. So I want to be here to help you. So there's just so many exciting possibilities that are going to become reality here pretty soon. So, does anybody have any questions?
I have to go to bed.
Okay. You're off the hook, Kathy.
I'm so tired.
I didn't know they would talk for that long, but as you know, you never know. Yeah, you can get up. We'll catch up.
I know. Well, it was just such a pleasure, and I'm really so glad, Lena, that you're just in charge of us all. You're like the mother to all this, and you keep those boys in line and stuff. So, really appreciate it, and so nice to meet all of you.
Yeah.
Night, Kathy.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
Does anybody else have any questions?
I guess obviously. Oh, go ahead, John.
Sorry, it was just to confirm. I'm kind of creating my email right now. It's just your first name .projectawol@gmail.com.
That's what I mean, I'm not saying you have to do that, but it just make it all uniform, make it easy.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, it's just easier this way.
I just have to know your name, and then if I know the rest of it, then we're golden, right?
Absolutely.
So at least everybody will know, okay, it's Austin, it's Joanne, it's Alina, at .projectawol@gmail. So that's easy.
Do we have a set time for next week, or are we gonna see how things go?
I'm gonna firm that up with Kiala tomorrow.
Okay.
We're hopefully shooting for Tuesday, but Jang and Julian have some crazy stuff going on, so they have to support them. So everything's kind of up in the air right now. So I will let you know tomorrow. But that's going to be probably a longer webinar because, boy, Kiala can sell anything. He's so good. His training is so good. So,
right,
and it's going to be recorded. So that's what I love about it. That's why I want to have the coaching portal so we could, because I could probably watch that webinar like 2 or 3 times and learn something different every time.
Absolutely.
Every time I talk to him about selling, I write stuff down because I always get something out of it. And I've been selling for a really long time. So, I mean, that's a great thing. You never stop learning in sales. Every call is a different call. Like, I probably had the best call I've ever had last week. But I was talking to this lady, and she, oh my gosh, she was in love with Kiala and Cameron. I want to do this. I don't know how to get the money. And I told her, you know, I went through, you know, a series of things with her, and I told her, okay, I'll call you back in 4 days, and we'll see where you are. So I called her back in 4 days, and she's like, oh my God, you're not going to believe this. I have half the money right now. You know, I was like, okay, that's great. Well, I'll call you, because they usually have 7 days for the $5,000 price. So she messages me on the 7th day, and she sends me this really long message and says, I have all the money. She goes, I sold a lot of stuff. I returned stuff. I canceled subscriptions. I went back to people who borrowed money from me before, and I kind of threatened them.
Oh, my God.
And then she told me, she goes, and I was going out to my mailbox to check my mail, and my neighbor came up to me and hugged me. And she thought it was kind of weird, but so they started talking, and the neighbor was like, oh my gosh, I just got a job, so I can give you the money that you loaned me last year. she didn't even remember that she loaned this lady money. So and then she's like, "There's another $400." So she paid on the deadline $5,000 in full.
That is awesome. It's crazy how everything falls into place.
Exactly, and that's
Absolutely
what
crazy.
you'll get once you learn the steps of the coaching on how to talk to people, how to uncover stuff, and how to work with them. And it's nothing gives me greater joy than her messaging me, telling me I'm in, because for her, she's had so much struggle in her life, and that's the thing about the coaching is, boy, you hear some crazy stuff. I mean, it's kind of like opening a vault when you ask them, you know, what's going on in your life right now that makes you want to start an online business. You know, some people will tell me 2 or 3 sentences, but then some people will tell me their life story. So you kind of become a psychiatrist in the process of coaching. You just got to detach from it. So, yeah, I won't keep you guys too long. I know a lot of you guys are on the East Coast. So, yeah, if we don't have any more questions, I will get back to you via Facebook. I'll probably start a chat for all of us so I don't have to message you individually.
Yeah, that would work great.
And I'll just put everybody on the group chat, and we'll go from there.
You just want us to let you know when we have our email set up for the seed?
Yeah, just shoot me out a message, say, oh, email's done.
Sounds good.
I can jot it down in our notes and stuff.
Awesome.
Awesome.
All right, guys.
Cool.
You have a great night, and we'll.
Me too.
Yeah, it's good to meet everybody.
Thank you guys. Good meeting you guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
Look forward to working with everybody.
Bye.
Yep, bye.
Bye.